Think positive.
Welcome back to the GHOUL-AMBROSE podcast, GA for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Level Head. Some days aren't about fixing how you feel. They're about knowing where to place it. Because emotions don't wait for permission. They show up when they want to. Mid-task, mid-thought, or midday. And this episode isn't about pushing those feelings aside. It's about letting them arrive without letting them take control. You feel it. You acknowledge it. And then you decide how you move forward. That's the difference. There's power in knowing you don't have to resolve everything before continuing. You don't need clarity to keep moving. You don't need peace to stay focused. You just need presence. This episode is about tapping into that space, the flow state, where attention sharpens and everything unnecessary starts to fall away. A zone where you're so locked into what's in front of you that distractions don't stick. They show up and bounce right off. Delays happen and they don't shake you. Other people's actions, reactions, opinions, they don't get access. Not because they disappear, but because you're operating somewhere they can't reach. That's flow. It's not silence. It's clarity. It's being aware of everything without absorbing everything. You're not numb. You're not detached. You're intentional. Emotion still exists. It just stops pulling the steering wheel. You start to realize something important in this state. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every interruption needs a response. Not every feeling needs to be unpacked immediately. Not every delay means you're off track. Some things are just noise. And when you're in a flow, noise loses its power. Your focus narrows. Your movement becomes deliberate. You stop trying to manage outcomes and start handling what's directly in front of you. The task, the responsibility, the next right action. Nothing more, nothing less. Being level-headed isn't about having everything figured out. It's about staying steady while things unfold. It's knowing what's yours to carry and what was never meant to be picked up in the first place. You stop internalizing everything around you. You stop reacting to every shift in energy. You stop letting outside behavior dictate your inner state. Instead, you move with control. You handle what you can handle. You release what you can't. And that alone changes everything. There's a quiet confidence that comes from this place. Not loud, not performative, just solid. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to announce progress. And you don't need validation to keep going. You're too focused for that. Flow doesn't rush. Flow doesn't panic. Flow doesn't argue with reality. It adapts. Not in forcing things, not in resisting what's happening, but in staying engaged without being consumed. You keep moving even when the day feels heavy. You keep showing up even when emotion is present. You keep executing without waiting for perfect conditions. That's discipline guided by awareness. This episode is a reminder that being level-headed doesn't mean being unaffected. It means being unshaken. You can still feel deeply and still function clearly. You can acknowledge frustration without letting it slow you down. You can be surrounded by chaos and still operate with precision. Because when you're in flow, outside interference has nowhere to land. You're grounded. You're present. You're locked in. Breath by breath. Task by task. Moment by moment. No overreaching. No spiraling. No unnecessary weight. Just movement. So, when emotions come, let it come. When distractions appear, let them pass. When delays test your patience, stay centered. Handle what you can handle. Release the rest. That's not avoidance. That's mastery. Breathe. Lock in. Stay steady. That's level head. As the day continues to move, allow yourself to stay grounded within it. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to carry what isn't yours. You don't have to let every delay or distraction shape your pace. Stay focused on what's in front of you. The task you can complete. The step you can take. The part of the moment that's actually within your control. Let everything else move around you without sticking. There's a zone where that kind of focus lives, where outside noise fades, and other people's actions lose their pull. You're still aware, still feeling, just not shaken. You move with intention. You adjust without force. You handle what you can handle and release the rest without resistance. Stay level. Keep your head. You keep your level even when the ground feels uneven. Not because nothing affects you, but because you've learned how to hold your head steady while everything else moves around you. You don't lower your head in defeat. You don't raise it in ego. You keep it clear. You keep it forward. Level in your body. Level in your thinking. That's how you stay present without being pulled apart. That's how you keep moving without losing yourself in the noise. And it doesn't happen all at once. It's built in small moments. The pause before reacting. The breath before responding. The choice to stay with yourself instead of being pulled into everything else. You notice when emotion rises, the tension, the weight, and instead of resisting it, you allow it to move through you without settling in. You don't let it spill into your reactions or your actions. You don't let it distort your direction. You return to what's real, what's in front of you. Head clear, body steady. You move with intention, not urgency. There's a difference between motion and momentum. Motion reacts. Momentum stays aligned. And when you stay level, momentum builds quietly. No announcement, no rush, just consistency stacking on itself. And so you continue. Level kept, head steady, waiting for nothing, ready for everything. I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, Share it with someone you care about because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself, stay grounded, and as always, be safe.